Good evening, truck and tractor pull fans. We made it tonight.
Barely.
Barely. So, if anybody's got a, I'll open the show. If anybody's got a Snickers bar, Kendra would gladly be happy to take that off your hands. So, she's had a long
It's been
day.
a rough day.
Yeah. Rough day all the way around. But anyway, we're gonna get through this show tonight. We got things to do, both of us here. So anyway, we've got some Mont Alto to go over. We'll probably let Kendra start first here. How are you tonight, Kendra? Aside from strung out and
I'm tired of looking at food. I'll say that.
I don't.
Catering weddings is fun when you're talking about it, but the actual day before and day of are
Yeah.
a lot of work.
Yeah.
But
No
we'll
fun.
get through it.
No fun till it's all over anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
But we got some results to go over. She'll take care of Snickers. CJ. Snickers sounds good right now.
Yeah.
But we got some results. She'll take care of Mont Alto, Pennsylvania for us. That ran last Saturday night, and I have oodles and oodles and oodles. It's not Shy Diesel extravaganza sized, but we have well over 100 hooks Saturday night at Selinsgrove, and I want to tell you what. It was a Brett Clark. It was considered a Brett Clark Memorial Pull. Who was a truck puller that was unfortunately killed. I guess it was in a traffic accident, and they had a nice memorial for him to start the show. And they started the show with the Wild Street truck class, and everybody was on hand that ran points or were regulars in that class were there. And it was a really nice deal. Joey and the crew did a real nice job with that. And I would love to release. I filmed everything from the time they drove down the track. The whole class actually drove down. Actually, Joey has it posted. He got the video stick today that I sent him, and I can't post it because not on Face or on YouTube because of the music in the background. They frown they frown upon that stuff. So.
See, I thought I saw it on the Snyder County Facebook page.
Yeah, he just did it today. So he must have got the drive yesterday or today and went on ahead and downloaded it. And I'm glad it really turned out nice. That was a nice tribute. And anyway, we're going to get this show wrapped up here. Yeah, we're not trying to rush through anything. Kendra has stuff to do, and I have stuff to do. It's not as important as what she has to do. But number one is they got to get that woman some food in her. That's the problem. So
yeah.
The woman's got to eat. So we're gonna. So why don't you go ahead and?
It wasn't bad enough they went to dinner without me, but then they didn't show up in time to let me eat before I had to do this.
I feel bad now. You could have just went on ahead and ate. It's no big deal.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. But hi, Chris Sampson, CJ Snicker sounds good right now. Yeah. Scotty H is always with us, but I don't see Davey. I wonder where Davey's at.
I don't know. Davey was actually in Mont Alto, Pennsylvania on Saturday night.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why don't you go ahead and cut loose with Mont Alto, and let's hear some results and any good or bad. Yeah. Hopefully all good and no bad.
Yeah, it was all good. I didn't pull, so nobody threw a rod that night. So that's always good. We'll start. I cannot remember for the life of me what pull order we did that night. I was actually in charge of counting money, distributing purse money, and stuff like that. So I got to go back to my banking days and count through the money, but didn't get to see much of the show, unfortunately. We will start with the hot farm class. We had 4 Ford 9000s pulling in that class. First place went to Adam House, driving one of Gary Cubbage's tractors at 3:16.92. Second went to Donnie Gokenauer at 3:13. Adam House on Blue Boss went 3:04.35. And fourth went to Marshall Beidel, the hometown boy there, with Marshall Law out at 2:94.01. The next class was the Pro Farm class. We had, looks like 6 tractors show up for that class. Scott Yeager did the driving on Ivan Hessong's Limestone Binder. Again, hometown guy. Nice to see them too. They put a lot of work into that Mont Alto show.
Yep.
3:25.89.
Oh,
Dwayne,
the fill-in driver took the win.
yeah, drove it like he stole it.
Ivan, we got to talk.
Oh, I'm sure Ivan was all smiles. I saw him at the end of the night.
Guarantee you he was all smiles.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah, Ivan, Scott does a lot of work for Ivan and helps him wrench on the tractor, so it's always nice when, he can do well as well. Dwayne Sowers on Blue Trifecta out of Luray took 3:23.99 for second. Third went to Donnie Gokenauer on Double Trouble at 3:20.12. Fourth went to Steve Lazier. Good to see him back out. Missed him last year. He one of the very few John Deeres in the class, besides of course Johnny Foreman.
Did you just say John Deere's or John Deere?
John Deere, Johnny Foreman. Yeah, so it's always nice when there's a little bit more John Deere color in there.
More deers.
I can say that because I'm down at the farm tonight.
Right.
So there's John Deere
I got
surrounding me.
I got you.
But Steve Lazier anyway, 3:19.55. Bobby Shape came up from Woodstock at 3:07.88. And rounding out the night was Adam House on the Virginian at 1:12. Sounded like he had some transmission issues. Not sure if something broke. Something definitely let loose. Hopefully it just jumped out of gear on him. Next class we will go over is the 7800 Modifieds. Had 10 of them there that night. Ian Ericker took the win.
Oh, wow.
With the Unstable. Yeah, awesome. It was good to see him take the win.
Yeah.
3:12.48. Second was Mark Culbertson, Sparky, 3:08.52. Let Dad do the driving. Tom Kennedy on the Old Reliable came out, 3:07.61. Fourth place went to Ricky Blizzard at the Barely Affordable at 3:05.92. Fifth went to Dale Forrester, got back in the driver's seat, kicked his son out. Actually, I don't even think Andy was there that night, didn't see him. On the Boss 9 at 3:03.84. Sixth place went to Shanda Blizzard on the Unaffordable, 3:02.21. Seventh went to Nelson Egoff on the Teaker Toy at 300.07. Eighth went to Tim Robinson on the Phony Farmer at 292.51. Ninth place went to Ryan Harnett on the Agitator, 274.56. And finally, Kirsty Robinson on the Phony 2. Sounded like she blew a header out. Not really sure what happened there. 205.57. I will say she was, I believe, second puller, and they reset the sled after her because she had a dynamite run the first time down the track, which you always hate to see that when somebody does really well, and then they're like, we're going to tighten that sled up a little bit. But
yeah, it happens.
Yep, it happens, like you said.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I've been guilty of being involved in a couple of calls that probably I won't get into it. And trust me, nobody's perfect. We're all human. So.
Yeah, and the track was kind of tricky on Saturday night. Yeah, it was Saturday night. Definitely a couple people had trouble getting a really good hole shot, and she just really hooked up and went. And I think it kind of scared them that maybe the track was coming around, and it's a hard decision when you're promoting a pool what to do there. Next class we'll go over is the small block trucks. Jared Stoner with his new silver 79 Ford, he still doesn't have a name for it, took the win at 3:49.92.
Yay, I knew it was coming. I knew it wouldn't take him long to get a win.
Yep.
That's good.
And the Stoner family actually took all top three spots. Austin was second at 3:45.83. And then Denny rounded out the top three at 3:43.92. So I'm sure Jared did not rub it in Denny's face that he put 6 feet on him. I'm sure.
That's good.
Fourth place was Denny Shives on the alcohol abuse tractor at 3:43. Travis Utzi on Stomper was 3:38.24. Chris Utzi with one bad bow tie was 3:34.16. Brandon Varner on the Mountain Maniac at 3:30.86. Sam Hassler was right behind him at 3:30.11. Jason Negley on the Bootlegger was 3:20.34. And then Jeff Mangle actually made it out.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him out at all this season yet at 319.5.
That's good. Good to see him back out.
Yeah, good to see him out. Next class we'll go over will be the 7700 Light Limited. First place was Smokey Smith on the fast forward, 311 feet and 74.74. Second place was Big Brother Marty on his Ford 9600 at 292.17. Jason Weichel on Unleashed was 291.97, so real close there. Fourth place was Shane Scott on the New Holland TM 130, 290.16. So top 4 tractors were all blue ones. I'm sure the local Forester fans were super happy with that. Fifth place went to Ben Flaherty Jr. on the Smokin' Red at 285.47. Sixth went to Bradley Seal on that new tractor out of Wisconsin at 284.36. Ben Hoke on the Eagle Light was 281.02. Perrin Bean on All About That Alice was 278.25. And Cody Anderson, unfortunately, didn't make it off the line. I think he was having some engine trouble. Again, I unfortunately missed that class, was upstairs counting money and couldn't really, I could hear things, couldn't see him, and I knew he was having trouble, just couldn't really make out what it was. Update on Michael Thomas. Did you see he posted another picture of his rod that was all...
Oh yeah,
early.
outside the block. Yeah, so next to a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very lucky.
Yes, he was very lucky that was all that happened.
Yeah.
The last class that I have is the 8500 Mod Turbo. We did pull street diesel trucks, some mini rods, and some farm stock classes, but I unfortunately do not have those results with me this evening.
Okay.
You know,
That's
I can only report what I have, unfortunately.
understandable. I know the feeling.
Yep. Yeah. First place when the Mod Turbo class went to Jason Forrester on the Papa Smurf tractor at 338.04.
Never heard of him before.
Never heard of him either. You know, may have seen him in passing once or twice, but second place went to Steve Beckley on the Up and Smoke tractor at 317.93. Third went to Dakota Grove on the Antrim Tantrum at 316.17. Fourth went to Guy Gokenauer on Stress Test at 315.87. Next was Jimmy Williams on the Green Max at 312. Following him was little brother Tommy on Firestorm at 310.66. Adam House on Black and Blue was 301.87. And then Adam on Blue Unit was 301.56. I always think that's so interesting when, you know, same driver, same mechanics tractors are within a foot of each other.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you got your stuff dialed in at that point. BJ Wilkins came up, Bull Ride, 294.44. And then Jimmy Williams on Cadillac Red was 292.08, rounding out the class.
Awesome.
It's always good when we were discussing this after the poll, knowing that Snyder County had a pool just 2 hours north of us, that both pools were able to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
So we are grateful that we do have enough tractors out there in the world that can support 2 pools, especially, you know, in the COVID times.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they're not afraid to travel this year, and thankfully,
no,
we're all fortunate.
No, and
for that.
Interstate has a rule. It's a rule change year for Interstate. So I've been making a bunch of calls to specifically the Pro Farm class. We have our rule change meeting coming up this Sunday. So I was able to get to talk to people who haven't made it out this year, and they're missing it and they're ready to get back out. But
Right.
with, you know, Brent Miller has 4 kids within like 6 years of each other. And he says with all this virtual learning and, you know, like you always say, aging parents, it's just hard to get out. And, you know, he's like, I want to come to the rule change meeting just to see everybody.
Yeah, right.
So we'll have to see what next year holds. Hopefully, you know, more poolers are coming out just because they haven't been able to make it out this year.
Yeah. Be interesting to hear. Maybe we can get just a teeny tiny insight maybe next week or something from that rules meeting, see what's going to happen.
Oh well, I'll be there, so I'm
I'm
sure I'll
sure.
have some sort of.
I was casually throwing you a hint.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because we have a group Facebook message, and somebody put on there, late refreshments will be provided, and I'm like, that's interesting. And then, a couple, half hour later, I get a text says, "Hey."
Yeah. Hey, can you do the
So,
cooking?
yeah. So these light refreshments I was referring to.
Wow. So you're
It's
going to maybe
okay.
get one day off if you're lucky. And wow.
Yeah, I'll get Saturday to prepare for Sunday. So,
Wow.
but it's okay. It's not a full-blown meal, so it'll be all right.
Yeah. Crowd pretty good at Mont Alto.
Crowd was very good at Mont
Good.
Alto. How we have been doing, and when I say we, Franklin County,
Mm-hmm.
how we've been doing all of our events is we take what money comes in through the gate through entry fees. We pay our bills, the sled, the insurance, all those kind of things, and then give the money right back to the poolers.
Good.
And we were able to pay 80% purse,
Awesome.
which when you have as many classes as we had,
Mm-hmm.
that's a success in our book.
That is.
So,
That's very good.
yep.
Very good.
Yep. So how was Selinsgrove?
Selinsgrove was unbelievable, to say the least. They started.
Yeah, I saw pictures of the crowd, and it looked awesome.
Joey mentioned to me, and he had always had a vision to fill the whole spectator parking area up the hill to the road across, and they did that Saturday.
Awesome.
Unbelievable crowd. Biggest I've ever seen there. Obviously, the pullers were on hand. I think he said it was 117. It's about 117. There was a few rehooks in there. I know I had 120, like 125 or 26 clips from the video camera.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was quite a show. And they moved quite along, quite well. Moved along pretty good. Mm-hmm. It's just so many pullers, And I'm not being negative. I'm glad. It makes me happy as a pulling fan. It was great. It was a little tough getting home 4:35 in the morning, but that's okay.
Sure.
That's why we do what we do. But yeah, great. It like I said, I already told you about the memorial. They started the night off, the evening. Actually, we started at 5 o'clock with the memorial. It's really nice. They took all the 8,500-pound Wild Street 4x4 trucks and brought them down the track, which is the class that Brett Clark ran in, and his brother actually drove the truck one last time during the actual pulling event.
Oh wow!
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead. They started with that class, and putting all the set of eyeballs on here.
Speaking of Johnny Foreman, he says they think they said 1,300 paid spectators.
Well, I would certainly. It had to be. Well, that's great, but I'm telling you what. I guess some of it could have been Puller's family come in the other way or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean to tell you, man, that place was packed. But and how are you, John? By the way, you had a good run. We'll get to your class here shortly. Actually, your class has been posted on Facebook yesterday. I keep saying Facebook on our YouTube channel, and but anyway, 15 of the class for the Wild Street were on hand for the Brett Clark Memorial, and the winner was Ross Harder with his Chevrolet called Smoke at 290.20. Second was Kayla Zeckman at 289.94. Third, they're not in order here. I'm just kind of glancing here. Third is Steve Ropp at 285.71. Fourth was Nick Harder with Secondhand Smoke at 285.33. Fifth was Kurt Workman with Blaze at 282.18. A lot of single word names for the vehicles here. Sixth was Garrett Clark driving his brother Brett Clark's truck called Silver Slab. And that was evidently the last time that truck will be pulled in his honor. So,
wow.
He was sixth at 278.75. Seventh was Sean Whitmire with his truck called Work Truck at 274.75. Eighth was Dan Palhamas with a 2020 GMC Denali, I might add. Brand spanking new truck. Was eighth at 271.93. Ninth was Logan Fry at 266.47. 10th was Jake Wagner with Working Man Blues at 262.76. Garrett Clark driving his own truck, a 2007 Chevy Silverado, 257.87. 12th was Ron Clark, and I have to assume they're related in some way or another. I could be wrong. If anybody knows that, let us know. I'm pretty sure there's some other family members to Brett that's in this class. 255.85. 13th was Hunter Clark at 249.59. 14th was Dustin Crawford with a turbocharged gasoline V8 truck. That was pretty neat. He was 14th at 238.64. And 15th was Luke Hanford at 221.99. So, pretty big class to start the night off at 15. And again, that was the memorial. And we send our prayers and good thoughts out to the Clark family. So,
that had to be bittersweet for his brother to pull his truck one last time.
Yeah, they actually pulled it very last in the class. Fittingly so. Yeah. And they did say it was the last time that it would be ran. So I don't know what they'll do. I guess maybe they'll put the truck away or whatever. But that's their business, and they'll do what they want to do. So our second class was the 8,500-pound Light Pro 9,500-pound Super Farbs. And first was John Lilly with the Extreme Pressure Case out of Vermont at 340.73. It's the first time I've seen this tractor run. And I got to tell you something. These Case tractors, these guys are really making some horsepower and really, two of the classes Case tractors won this night. I think there was a couple in one or two in second place and one in third place. The Case tractors are really coming around in the sport of pulling. But John Lilly is fantastic looking and running tractors. Really impressed with that. He did take the win. Second was Elwood Sickler with 323.54 with his international called Naturally Red. Third was Tyler Wooliver with the Just In Case Case at 320.14. Fourth was Jason Vanderweert with the Spilt Milk John Deere at 316.02. Fifth was Matt Dersham. Light Limited Turbo Tractor, fifth place.
Good job, Dersham.
314.12. Very impressive run. That probably opened my eyes the most of any hook, to get in that class. That's pretty high horsepower. Not to take anything away from a light limited tractor, but to finish fifth. That's a pretty tough field of tractors here. Sixth was Jason Vanderweert with the 44 Special Reloaded at 313.85. Seventh was Richard Eakins with the Hard Target New Holland at 303.03. Eighth was Eric Eberhardt's Hammered Down at 300.70. Ninth was Rick Houck with the Little Stinker at 299.83. And 10th was Jordan Bigelow with the Run It Hot International at 70.99. He had some issues. But that was a short class. Usually there's a few more tractors in that class, but I guess people are busy or broke or, who knows.
Yeah, Vern texted me Saturday morning, and he's like, "No pulling, the tractor's got the COVID." So,
wow.
Yeah, he had some issues after Port Royal, so hopefully we're gonna get those things together. He's really hoping to make it out to Beaver Springs next Friday night. That's one of his hometown pools.
Okay.
So
very good.
Yep.
The third class out was the 6300 Pro Street gas trucks. Taking the win was Adam Tice. I don't know what Adam did over the winter. I've seen him at a few pools here locally, as well as up there. And man, oh man, that thing is on a set of rails this year. He's got a Ford, and he took the win at 329.46. Second was Mike Mitchell, another Ford truck called Bad to the Bone at 323.90. Third was Jason Garris with his Chevy at 319.24. Fourth was Fred Meixel with the Rat Poison Ford at 317.18. Fifth was Jeremiah Fake at 3:15.62. Sixth was Kim Freed with the Frogtown favorite from Beaver Springs, Pennsylvania.
Speaking of.
Yep, at 3:11.73. And that's kind of become one of my favorite trucks. I'm kind of an old Mopar, from back in the days of running around on the street here. But it's kind of neat to see something a little different there. Seventh was Darren Grumbine with their Chevy at 298.05. And I believe they call that truck recreational tillage. They're farmers here around the Lebanon, Pennsylvania area. Actually, Darren used to be on the committee there for the fair pool and stuff, pools at the Lebanon Fairgrounds.
Okay.
And his father was a predecessor to him, as well as putting on pools there. But I just thought about recreational tillage. That's going to cost a lot of money when you have lettering done on your truck. That's the first thing that popped in my head to say something to him about that.
That's a lot of letters.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. But eighth place was Mike Barr at 291.64. Ninth was Mike Collar with his Chevy called Money Pit at 222.87. 10th was Kyle Harder with Sick Obsession at 205 and 13. And 11th was Timothy Mavis from, we'll say Laurelton or Millmont, with the last minute Chevy at 48 foot, .48. And again, driveline issues shortened his run quite a bit. So, fourth class, we're getting there. We only had 9, so. The 8,000-pound open modified class. Very nice little class. We had 7 tractors on hand, and taking the win was John Dugan. I believe it was John Dugan Jr. with the Roadrunner twin Hemi power at 338.22. Second was Jason McKenzie with Never Satisfied at 311 and 16. Third was Sharon Everman at 289.14. Fourth was Jeremy Hansen, who for a few years now I've been watching him run. He's got a blown Hemi and a blown Chevy, and he was at 286.24, and the tractor ran good, perfect. I mean, there was no spitting, no missing, no problems. Had a little tiny bounce in the very beginning. The thing settled in at the track, and he made a nice run finally. And
good deal.
He sent me a message the next day. He said he had a little bit of metal in the filter of the Hemi engine. He was getting ready to tear it down. So hopefully, it's nothing catastrophic. But yeah, I was very impressed. The tractor made a nice run. And fifth place was Dave Daku at 268.98. Sixth was Don Dean with the Plumber's Nightmare at 229.14. And seventh, unfortunately, was poor Len Brookhart with the Radio Reactor at 142.64. We had some issues. If you look at the video I posted today, the thumbnail photo will explain his misfortune, we'll say. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't gotten a chance to watch anything the last couple of days, but I have been scrolling.
Well, I don't know why. You need to get with it.
Yeah, it's only 175 people I'm feeding tomorrow night.
That's a lot. I wouldn't. Well, actually, I have probably cooked for that many people. Not in the wedding format, just at a cookout at a truck and tractor pool. But
yeah,
I used to cook by myself at the Harford County Farm Fair on Friday nights between the two shows. I don't know how I did it. And then I had Brian Morris and some other people started pitching in, and I'm like, how the heck did I ever do this by myself? Because they bring a big pit grill in and everything. It's really nice. Great help, man. That's people like that. You make sure you don't anger and keep them on your good side.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just for that. They're good. Happy. They're good people. They're good people. The whole Morrison family, they're very good people. Okay, our fifth class was the 10,000-pound open. And I'm telling you what, you talk about a beast. I know there were some changes made to a certain tractor that took the win. Boy, oh boy.
They paid off, huh?
Corey Hoyt with Stress Case took the win at 339.78. Yeah, what a beast.
Good for him.
Yeah, had an excellent run. Second place, David Everman with Overruled at 332.54. I'm laughing. He had a conversation back and forth from my scaffolding ride film when he was on. I can't mention what we were talking about, but it was very comical. But
it's been a lot of fun.
It has
a couple
been.
pools I've been at with him.
Yes. Yeah. I tell you, the guys that come along with him and
banter with Vern, and they seem like a pretty fun bunch.
yeah, the guys that come along and help him got to have a sense of humor. I'm telling you, because he's on them all the time. It's really funny. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Now, third was Robert Martin with John Deere Green at 329.55. Fourth, Josh Martin with Think Green, 328.77. Fifth was Rick Akins with the Indecent Exposure New Holland at 326.28. Sixth was Matt Doherty with That Darn Deer at 325.98. Good night for the Martin team. Seventh was Chris Hoyt with Nutcase at 321.92. I got them little flies buzzing around me. Don't mind me. Eighth was Henry Everman with Forced Decision at 304.52. Ninth was Kevin Windsor with the 6-shooter at 301.71. 10th was Jeff Faust with Case Pending Reinstated at 287.19. 11th, Brandy Martin at with Dairy Deer at 284.59. 12th was Henry Everman with the Final Decision at 243.47. He was on a pretty strong pass and got under the turbos, and that was the end of that. So.
Darn. Them super stocks are finicky sometimes.
Yes, they are. Especially in red diesels. They're just finicky.
Yeah.
We're halfway there.
You're talking about flies, and I'm, like I said, down here at the farm.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm above our garage looking out over our driveway.
Yeah.
And all I see is flashlights going all over. So I don't know what's going on, but it's like lightning bugs. We did have our neighbor's cows getting out, and I'm wondering if they're back in the yard. So I'm really glad I'm busy right now.
Well, as long as you don't see a glow anywhere from 6 to 8 feet tall, 10 feet tall, you'll be okay. If you see that, get your cell phone and go get photos for me, please.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah. I'm thinking they're either chasing dogs or chasing cows or something. Like I said, I'm really glad I'm up here right now.
We're going to jump in the truck here and we're going to come at y'all's way. It's only 2 hours away, and we're going to do a little squatching. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, folks. In case you don't know, I'm into the Bigfoot thing. Sorry, I have good reason to be, though. I'm just going to leave it at that. But anyway, next class was the 3.0 Limited Pro. These are 4-wheel drive trucks. Big class. 17 trucks.
Sure.
And I'll be nice and read them all. Taking the win was a local boy here, Clint Mills, with Against All Odds at 342.27. Second, again, Jay Hill. Jay, that win's coming, buddy. Jay Hill with Widowmaker at 337.50. Third, Dominic Gambino with their brothers Diesel Dodge at 334.58, and at the end of his run, didn't sound too good. It's a whole lot of crunching going on under the hood, so I wish the best for them guys. Hopefully everything's okay. Fourth was Justin Gordon with the out-of-line Ford with a Cummins, or Fummins, I guess you could call him, 334.44. Fifth was Greg Walker with the Dreams Happen Dodge at 326.37. Sixth was Matthew Horst with the Pushing the Limit Dodge at 322.03. Seventh was Chuck Dutter, and I tell you what, Chuck had an awesome run, man. I know he's been picking at it all season here, and he finally got a nice run out of his truck, and he went 3:18.94 for 7th place. So things are looking up for him. Eighth was Kervin Zimmerman with the Midnight Train at 3:19.16. Ninth was Jared Brown with the Bad Karma Dodge at 3:18.93. 10th was Jeremy Gray with the Old Jenny Dodge at 3:18.66. 11th was Corin Todd with Backdraft at 3:16.50. 12th was Jason Heimbach at 3:16.04. 13th, John Smith with the Second Choice Dodge at 3:09.13. 14th was John Weaver with the Rude Awakening Chevy at 3:02.06. 15th, Tyler Bagley with the Ugly Duckling at 276.69. That's a truck. It's just got to be at every pool, man.
Yep.
Pretty cool. And 16th was Todd Young at 136.37. And unfortunately, Rich Wolf, who was Test Hook, had to pull a 274.98. Sound like the hose come off the turbo, but I'm gonna find out he did lose the turbo, and he ended up scored as a broke. He couldn't come back, so
Man,
that was unfortunate for him.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's hard to watch.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, you guys have had your share of watching stuff, unfortunately.
Yep.
But, yeah. I'm not picking on you, Vern. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah,
picking on
we've
her.
definitely had a rough year.
Maybe next year.
We've definitely had pulls before that have been rough to come home from, but this whole season, man, it's been hard. But
yeah,
if we're gonna have a bad year, this isn't a bad one to have. So.
Larry K says he was there till 1:30. I managed to get out of there about 2 a.m. I got home 4:35. Got cleaned up, and I think it was about 5 o'clock. We've been actually sleeping on our couch here because Cindy's recouping from her surgery. We had a pet that had to have surgery, and actually that was before. Never mind, scratch that part. But anyway, we have a dual reclining couch, and it's just easier to get her up off the couch there than it is to get her up out of bed. So
yeah.
Yeah, I think it was about 5 o'clock when I dozed off for about a 3.5 hour nap. So Sunday night I slept. I can promise you that. 7th class was the 10.5 hot stock, and we got some information about that class coming to Delta tomorrow night. So we're going to get to those upcoming pools here very shortly. I got a couple more classes here in 37 minutes. I'm trying.
You're fine.
Okay. First place was Ray Belak with the Raging Red International at 3:37.23. Second was Jeremy DeLuca, another Case Tractor, the Sunset Smoker, second at 3:36.05. Case Tractors are doing it, man.
Sounds like it was a Case kind of night up there in Selinsgrove.
Case is something. Easy. Third was Brad Kramer with the Fence Road Deer at 3:35.12. Fourth was that guy they call John Foreman. It's always something at 3:29.91. Good job, John. Thanks for watching tonight too, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Fifth was Josh Beecher with the Hustlin' Harvester at 3:25.24. Sixth was Robert Hauk. Old Pops got up there and wheeled the old Red International into a 6th place finish at 3:22.90. And seventh was Nick Morrison with the Toxic International, 3:20.79, and he's always in the top 10. It seems like Nick's that's 466 tractor gets it done. 8th place was Jeff Brenninger with the Red Law at 3:18.58. 9th was Ray Belak with his 1256 International at 3:17.60. I don't know if you heard, but that one chucked a couple cylinders out. So
no,
yeah,
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, right at the end of the run, you could see the sparks, and sure enough, that was bad news, unfortunately for Ray. And somebody told me, "Don't worry, it'll probably be at Delta Friday." I'm like, "Okay,
yeah,
he probably will be," and we hope so. Yeah. We're like having Ray around. That's great, and I hope he does get it together and brings them both down. So
yeah, Ray is a very dedicated puller, so I have no doubt he'll have something in the works for you on Friday night. So
yeah, I know. I'm sure the one tractor's definitely coming.
Yeah,
but hopefully, it'd be great to see both.
Believe, so.
Yes, he is. Yep. 10th was Paul Richardson with the Venomous Alice Chalmers at 3:16.88. 11th was Matt Sudal with the 47.55 Express at 3:14.23. 12th was DJ Boop with the Black Stripe Addiction at 3:13.84. And we all know that's an international. I don't have to tell you that. Black Stripe Addiction.
Kind of speaks for itself.
Well, we hope. 13th was Dave Doherty with the Buzzard Bait Oliver at 3:11.16. We got a bounce in that tractor, and we figure out what's going on with poor Dave, man. I know he wants to do so much better until he gets those bounce out of his tractor. Mm-hmm. Maybe tomorrow night will be a turning point for him. 14th was Lucas Criswell with the Showcase at 3:08.65. And I'm not going to say anything, Lucas, it's okay. 15th was Eli Zimmerman with Red Fever at 3:01.19. 16th, Michael Menegas at 2:91.42. And 17th was Ike Riggs with his white at 30.66. Ike Riggs put this tractor together 2 or 3 years ago. Made one hook attempt at Eastern Maryland and blew the motor, and finally scratched around and got it back together. And So it's from here on, it's trial and error to get this thing up the track. So good looking tractor, and of course Cummins powered, and matter of time, it'll be coming up the track. So it's good to see Ike back out with it, and that's a nice diversity. If you sit here and I tried to say every tractor, a lot of red ones, some green ones, but you got an Oliver, Alice Chalmers, and a White, and a Case. It's nice to see. That's got a nice variety of tractor manufacturers.
Definitely diversified.
That's what I like.
Nice to see.
Yep. That's what I like in a tractor class.
Mm-hmm.
Class number 8 was the 2526 smoothbore diesel 4-wheel drive trucks. Another big class of 17.
Wow.
Thought it was 18. It was 18. One's an exhibition run. Excuse me. I'm waiting for Jerry Radel to answer me back on something. Anyway, first was Carson Stauffer with his Ford at 366.72. Second was Brendan Fink with his Dodge at 362.16. If I could just read my own writing. Third was Matt Forber with the White Lightning Dodge at 345.75. Fourth was Kyler Zeckman at 341.52. Fifth, Nick Filler with his primetime GMC at 332.02. Sixth was Luis Labata at 330.24, and that's another bad luck run. Good placing at sixth. Pump hung on him at the end of his run, and of course the thing to do is dump clutch and get it to die out, and then unfortunately lost the front rear and I think some other driveline products in the way. So yeah, he's got some work to do, unfortunately.
And y'all really broke stuff up there.
Yeah. It's one of them.
Thanks for good videos.
One of them nights. Well, I'll give up with oops clips for everybody to go home in one piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's kind of the bad thing. The crowd loves to see breakage, but as a puller and pit crew, and man, you hate to see it.
You bet. Sucks.
Yeah.
Seventh was Dennis Gemberling with the Last Ride Ford at 322.10. Eighth was Luke Salter with Mighty Max, his GMC at 320.31. Ninth, Tyler Wagner at 299.15. 10th was David I'm going to say Orwane Sr., Orwan or something like that. Sorry for butchering that up. His F-250 at 278.65. 11th was Ty Campbell at 275.13. 12th was Jeremiah Wenger, 269.62. 13th was Ramsey Hawk at 266.90. 14th was Zach Barner with his Dodge at 266.14. 15th was Lewis Carter, 246.58. 16th, Colin Zeckman at 218.37. 17th was Shane Klein at 137.21. And again, there was an exhibition truck, Chandler Drewist, with his Dodge at 280.25. So that was a big class of everything. Yeah, like I said, 120 hooks. Yeah. And of all things, the last class was 13,000 farm stock, which usually is the other way around, or the first class. But great little class of tractors here. And taking the win was the Smoking Bandit of Charlie Marks at 346.3. Second was Rick Hauk with Little Stinker 2 driving for the daughter.
I was going to say, where was Caitlin at?
I think she was on a horseback riding venture somewhere. Tanner was trying to explain it to me. Something to do with horseback riding or something. But anyway, Rick was second at 344.91. Third was Rick Shirey with the plow jockey, Rick Shirey Jr. with the plow jockey at 341.14. Fourth, Joe Mundrick with Fat Boy's Toy at 340.2. Fifth was Ty Brenninger at 334.84. Sixth was Clint Ulrich at 330.99. Seventh was Matthew Sudall at 330.94. Eighth, DJ Boop with the Barnyard Kid. That's a cool name. I like the name of that tractor.
Yeah, me too.
Yep, 314.44. Ninth was Mike Corder with his John Deere at 298.21. And 10th was Mason Sudall with the team's other John Deere, which did not get to hook the sled, but they brought the tractor that Matthew drove Mason came back at the end of the class and made a test run with 307.01, so he got the hook anyways.
Oh,
It
well,
was
good.
just considered exhibition. And that was a wrap for Selinsgrove, and I don't know how they can top that night, but I'm sure this big 2-day end of year thing they got coming up, I am sure they'll find a way to get it done. So unfortunately,
Joey's already been kind of dropping some hints. And
oh yeah.
if you guys don't follow Snyder County Facebook page, you definitely should. They've got some big things coming here in a couple weeks. So excited to be up there.
Even their webpage, sctpapullers.com, as well. But yeah, I'm more than sure. Unfortunately, I can only go one of the 2 nights. So I'm going to go Friday night, and I'm going to have little Tanner Bug take care of the Saturday night show. So at least that's the plan anyway. So, but East Coast will have its big finale the Saturday night at Lincoln Speedway, which we're going to get ready to talk about. But I'll go ahead and let you cover anything you have to say about Interstate here quick. And it's we're 46 minutes, so we don't want to tie you up too long.
Oh, like I said, you're fine.
I know you got to be hungry.
Arguing and fighting, so I don't really need to be down there. So not fighting, angrily, but play fighting like brothers do.
I gotcha.
So the first event that I want to talk about, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of details, but I do know that it's happening. The Two Top Rortan is having their annual Steam and Gas show. And normally they just have some like antique tractors, farm stock, where they start at like 4,500 pounds and go all the way up to 9,500. But this year they are inviting some of the higher horsepower vehicles. I do know that Light Limiteds are going to be there. I believe Martins are taking some of their pro stocks over.
Wow.
So they are inviting some of the local pullers to come out and play as well, hoping to draw more fans, of course. But that is tomorrow night at 6 p.m. And then the Saturday, they have an all-day affair. They have pedal pools starting at 10 a.m. for the little kids. And then they'll start the antique stuff around 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. If you are interested, you can check out their Facebook page. I do know they have a couple things posted about it. They don't, of course, list all the tractors that are coming because, unfortunately, in the name of pulling, you can't promise somebody's going to be there and they're going to be there. That's just the name of the game.
That's right.
Unfortunately, pullers have jobs too, and life happens. But they are going to be having some higher horsepower vehicles there on top of the antique and farm stock classes. As for Interstate, the next interstate pull we will be having is Beaver Springs, Pennsylvania. That is a joint effort between Interstate and Snyder County. Snyder County is going to have their 8,500 open class, the 10.5 hot stock, as well as the 85 Light Pro 9,300 Super Farm class. Interstate classes present will be 7,800 modifieds, 7,700 Light Limiteds, and the 4,500 small block trucks. Admission, that is a fair pull. The admission to the fair is only $4. It's one of my favorite fairs to go to. It's very tiny, but they have a lot of stuff packed in there. Any kind of food vendor you could want. They have animals, they have carnival rides. Really nice event to go to.
Yeah. And I have I received a message from Ross Mitchell regarding the Beaver Springs event. And I just want to go ahead and add this here. It's about payouts. I'm just going to read word for word what he has here.
Okay.
It says, we decided last evening to put an extra $500 into the 8,500 Open and 8,500 Light Pro 9,500 pound Super Farm on Friday night.
Wow.
It says it will be $500 extra to each of those 2 classes. So he asked me to share that. I'm going to actually, Ross.
Very nice.
I'll
told him make sure I pass that along.
Yeah, I told him that I would mention it here tonight, and also I'll be sharing it around too here soon. So, sorry, just wanted to add that in for him. So,
no, No, that's fine. Interstate then has 2 more final events in October. Again, we'll keep punching them in here. The first is October the 3rd at Harrisonburg, Virginia, what they call the Bull Pull. Big 2-track, they have double tracks, double sleds, and a whole lot of classes to get through. Everything from farm stock classes all the way up to the mod turbos. I was actually just talking to his name is Justin. I can't remember his last name, that bought Travis Hinkle's Addicted track there, and he's planning to come back down from Vermont. So that's pretty exciting to hear.
Oh, that's fitting. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. That was Travis's basically hometown track.
Pretty much.
So it'll be nice for Travis's fans to see that track there again. And then finally, we'll be ending our non-point season, I guess we'll call it, down on October the 17th at Easton, Maryland. Let me get back here to the schedule. Pro Farm class, mod turbos, light limiteds, modifieds, and then some local classes Jamie always has in there. Well, I'm sure we'll be getting more and more information, but that pool's still a month out. Jamie's still finalizing everything with the county officials, and being in the state of Maryland, that there is a lot of hoops to jump through right now with all the COVID stuff and large gatherings. But again, he wants to make sure everything's kosher and there's no problems. So we'll keep everybody up to date on that. And that's all I have for the interstate side of things.
Wow, it's fast. There was something on the tip of my tongue. Oh no, that's fine. And I don't remember. But anyway, there's a lot of stuff coming up here. Got a new one. Got a new one in the mix here too. I just got the okay to go ahead and fly with it here. But we'll do the 2-day Thunder, September 18th and 19th this weekend, this Friday and Saturday at Listy, Pennsylvania. We've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks. Friday night at 7 p.m., they'll have the enhanced gas 4x4 2.55 diesel trucks, 4,500 modified trucks, I'm assuming. It's full pool productions rules. I'm sorry, I had barbecue chicken for dinner. 11.5 non-farm, 2.6 pro stock diesel trucks, street semi trucks, and hot street semi trucks. Saturday at 6 p.m., the small block and big block high output 4-wheel drive trucks, 4,500 modified 4-wheel drive trucks, and that's going to be interstate small block 4x4 rules. Open gas trucks, hot farm tractors, which is the WPA Western Pennsylvania rules, I'm assuming. Run what you brung 4-wheel drive, or run what you brung trucks. Can't say 4-wheel drives in that one because I know there's 2-wheel drive or 2 in there. 3.0 limited pro stock diesel 4-wheel drive trucks as well, and that's at 404 Level Village Road in Freedens, Pennsylvania, and Listy Grove. And you can visit them at Listy Grove on Facebook. And if you can't make it, Smoking Speed will be filming live. SmokingSpeed.tv to get your subscription to watch that.
They've been having a lot of events there this year.
Yeah, yes,
they've been doing what, one a month, I think.
Something like that. East Coast was supposed to be there, but that got canceled, so it's interesting. But anyway, I think that's the last one I have to talk about the 2-day Thunder. We've been talking about that for a few weeks now, and I know some diesel truck guys from here are actually going out there. I know Jay Hill's one of them. I think he mentioned he was going out, so I'm sure it's a pretty big deal out there. It's kind of a bit of a drive for us to go out there, and plus I got Delta tomorrow night, which is what I'm going to talk about now. Tomorrow night, Mason-Dixon Pools, Mason-Dixon Fairgrounds in Delta, Pennsylvania, right on Route 74 at the state line here. Just 4.5 miles up the street from me. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. I have that official class lineup. Give me 1 second here. I'll get it first. Instead of just reading the classes off here, I'll read them to you as they're going to pool tomorrow night. So. I know 13,000 farm stock is first. I know there's a couple coming from Snyder County. I talked to Dave Doherty today, and there's a couple local ones that's supposed to be making the trip over. So hopefully we'll have at least a handful of 13,000 farm stocks. So that'll be pretty nice here. Give me 1 second. I apologize. We'll get you fixed up here with the proper class order. Here we go. And the second class will be the work stock diesel gas trucks. Work stock gas trucks, excuse me. 6,800 pound. Third will be the stock diesel four-wheel drive trucks. Fourth will be the big 10,500 pound Snyder County Truck and Tractor Pullers Hot Stock Tractor Points Series class. Of course, their class was canceled at Kempton, and we kind of started talking with Dave Daugherty, and Joey was talking with me, and we said, hey, maybe we can put you in here at Delta, and we got a sponsor, which if you look down, I'm going to circle it here real quick. Right here, I assume you can see it, the cursor there. DXI Construction, Dixie Construction, a huge shout out, thank you to them guys for paying 100% of that purse to have that points class in here tomorrow night. DXI Construction, keep that name in mind anytime you need excavating work done, hauling or whatever. Dixie Construction, thank you very much. Fifth class will be the street stock gas 4x4 trucks. They'll take a brief intermission. Then sixth class will be the work stock semi trucks. Then the super street semi trucks, which is basically the limited pro stock semis that run in East Coast pullers.
Nice.
Eighth class will be the hot street diesel four-wheel drive trucks. The ninth class will be pro stock gas trucks, and then they'll round out with the 2.630 smoothbore super street diesel four-wheel drive trucks, if there are any around to run, because I think there's some, understandably, some higher payout pulls going on. You know, they'll probably travel to those, but they are bump up classes, so we got other class, you know, pullers from other classes that pay to jump up into that class. So, but anyway, if you don't feel like driving, there's plenty of classes here at Delta for you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Come on out, and I'm telling you, we've had oodles and oodles of questions, comments, both email, private messenger, on this pool coming up for tomorrow night. And if the interest proves to be as good as it seems to be, we're going to blow July's crowd away. We had a huge crowd, and I look for it to be even bigger this time around. So we got our fingers crossed. We're gonna should have good weather. It's cool. It's really cool right now, so it's going to be comfortable, and it's going to be a great night of pulling. Please come out to Delta. Come support it. All proceeds go to the Delta Cardiff Volunteer Fire Company. So it's for a good cause, and we're expecting, I'm guessing, 18 to 20 in the hot stock class. So that's
great. Yeah,
we're going to have some guys out of Maryland. I think Ray Norris is hoping to come, and Mike Moreland's coming. So yeah,
good deal.
It's going to be great, and I'm pretty sure all the points guys, I'm sure, will be there. So out of Snyder, it's going to be
sure, yeah.
big convoy coming down out of Snyder County tomorrow. So we're looking forward to working with them guys, and we have a pretty good track now with some decent clay in there, and we hope to have a great show. So can't wait to talk about it next Tuesday.
Good.
So
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Wait, hold on.
Wednesday. Hopefully next Wednesday.
Yeah.
But also, hot off the presses, folks. Yeah, excuse the black and white print. Union County West End Fair will have a pool October 3rd, 3 p.m. Admission is $10. 12 and under are free. And this is Chad Packer has put this pool together. Bless you, Chad. I was hoping to get to go back to Union County one more time, and we're going. So classes will be 8,500 Wild Street trucks, the 13,000 farm stock tractors, 8,000 pound 2526 smoothbore diesel four-wheel drives. That's a mouthful, isn't it? The 10.5 hot stock tractors, the 8,000 limited pro 3.0 diesel trucks, 10,000 pound open tractors only, no modified tractors, tractors only, ag style tractors, if you will, in component. 8,000 pound run what you brung trucks. Let's see, 8,500 light pro, 9,500 super farm. Again, that's Snyder County Pullers, and that's it. 1111 State Route 235 in Laurelton, Pennsylvania, and that's Chad Packer, and that's 814-280-2182 for any information you need to call Chad about, and also Lucas Criswell. I won't give that's you can get a hold of him very easily online. So, and that's October 3rd, and they're starting at 3 p.m. Expecting, I'm sure, a ton of pullers. It's a great track. I love going there. I am tickled to death that we're going to get to go October 3rd. So, thanks, Chad and Lucas and the crew and Dennis Boop, and we'll see you there. And I want a VIP spot. I was teasing Lucas. I sent him a message and said, I want a VIP spot. But anyway, it's an ongoing joke. Mm-hmm. But and also, better not forget October 10th, huh? I might get fired. Yeah. Lincoln Speedway, 6 p.m., Abbottstown, Pennsylvania. The final East Coast Pullers truck and tractor pull. We'll have the 7,500-pound modified tractors, the 8,500-pound light pro tractors, 6,200-pound modified four-wheel drive trucks, the 7,800-pound East Coast Diesel Pro Stock Diesel four-wheel drive trucks, and the 22,000-pound limited Pro Stock semis to wrap up whatever kind of season we had for 2020 for East Coast Pullers. So, yeah. And we had some good some good shows. We were very fortunate to even get to pull. I guess we should look at it that way. We really thought we were going to finish the year good. As far as a lot of pulls, but man, it didn't happen. Just people had to cancel. Also October 3rd, Cecilton, Maryland. I don't have it wrote down here, but I do remember reading about it. They will have their final pull of the season at Cecilton Volunteer Fire Company Carnival Grounds in Cecilton, Maryland. So I'll have more information on that Wednesday of next week. So. That's all I have. We're at an hour and 2 minutes. I know you're hungry and you got things to do, and I've got to get out here and make sure Cindy's doing good. By the way, Cindy's birthday's Saturday, so wish her a happy birthday on Facebook or whatever come Saturday. So, yeah. I got pools I can go to Saturday, but I think I'll stay here and play the good other half, if you will.
That's probably not a bad idea.
I told her I'm thinking maybe some steamed shrimp and crab legs, and so I guess I'll pull Friday. But
Sounds
Saturday,
like a pretty good birthday.
Saturday I'll be off the grid. So
good.
But okay, that's all I have.
After this wedding, I might be off the grid too.
Well, we look forward to hearing some tidbits from your. I mean, not that it's anybody's business, but it'd be interesting to see where the pro farms are headed for 2021. And
yep. I'll be sure to. Yeah. Like I said, nothing is final until after our final interstate meeting in November. But I'll drop some hints or discuss any potential changes. So what's it gonna hurt? So
I'm checking into this. Somebody said they're having a 10 open class on Saturday night. I'm sorry, the
up at Listy
paper that I have, maybe they added it. It's a possibility, but the flyer I had that I printed out a couple of weeks ago doesn't say anything about an open class, so maybe it is. Again, go to their Facebook page, Listy Grove on Facebook, and I'm sure there's information on there for that. So, but I don't have it on this particular one. So.
Yeah, I could see that because isn't Jason Swanovec? He's up there pretty close.
Yeah, he's very close.
So maybe he wants to make a test pass, and they're just turning into a class for him.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, I'm looking. I don't see it listed anywhere, and we're not saying it's not. It could be.
Yeah.
Facebook, Listy Grove. Search Listy Grove on Facebook, and it says for more details. So I'm sure that maybe it's listed there. So if it is, I apologize. I didn't know nothing about it. So, okay. Yes, Miller's Tavern, the 25th and 26th. I actually have that wrote down here. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, Davey. And I haven't
stay on top of us, Davey.
Yeah, I have intentions of being there 100%. We just missed an opportunity to get some hay done here. I have a tractor repair, and actually we're waiting on parts. I hope last year hay kept me from going, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen this year. Unfortunately, it's up to Mother Nature with the weather to once I get the tractor back together here. It's only an hour's worth of work, and it'll be running again. But we'll see. I have every intention of being there. So, but and I'll have good details on Dragon Motorsports, their Southern Showdown Wednesday at 8 p.m. So Wednesday. That is our goal, to be here every Wednesday. Unfortunately, 3 weeks in a row we've had to move our date for whatever reasons. It's just a lot of things going on, especially here. I know you've been super busy the last 24 hours, Kendra, but it's been a freaking rat race here. So, but okay, they posted it about an hour ago, so evidently they just added the 10 open. That's great. So there you go. There's 10 open also at the Selinsgrove pool. So on Saturday. Wednesday with
baby,
a W.
Wednesday with a W.
You betcha. Okay, with that, we're gonna go ahead and cut this show loose and let Kendra go eat. And
I appreciate that.
Just check out things. We appreciate you visiting us. Like, subscribe, share, thumbs up. Wintertime's coming. Like I say, I keep preaching it. We're gonna have pullers on here, and we want the chat to grow. And it is a super chat now. The guys that actually were asking me about it a few times, I haven't seen them back, so I guess they got tired of waiting on it. I apologize. But the super chat is open. But anyway, we'll see you next Wednesday, hopefully, at 8 p.m. Thanks for joining us. And we got some great news coming from some great pools going on this weekend. And we'll talk to you then. I'll be right with you, Kendra.
Okay.
See y'all.
Yep, see ya.